Thanks for checking out this horror film review from the BananaLaser Horror Podcast. You can find our full archive of every unedited show at horrorphilia.com. Also, subscribe to BananaLaser on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube? This is YouTube. Well, click subscribe. Thanks, and keep on banana-ing.
They told us the man who owned that car last died in it.
And welcome back to our John Carpenter retrospective. This time we're talking about the film Christine from 1983. And this movie came out 4 years after his release of Halloween. Quick synopsis is... Oh, this would be really quick. A nerdish boy buys a strange car with an evil mind of its own, and his nature starts to change to reflect it. This is a John Carpenter movie, but it's based on a Stephen King novel. And I brought it up on the last show how John Carpenter's name is always above title on these movies. And I thought this would be an opportunity for them to have it be Stephen King's Christine. Do you guys think that's strange that Carpenter still took the top billing over this movie?
I never thought about it till you said that, and I do agree, though. It's like really pompous.
Mm-hmm. Right, because
I never thought about
it. And I know this is one of Stephen King's earlier works, and in fact, I think they were writing it kind of simultaneously. I think this was right after Stephen King kind of broke, so maybe, he still wasn't as big of a guy that he is today.
It's not even that. Actually, King was so fucking big when he was making such a splash when they did this. This movie was made before the book even came out, like out on shelves. All they knew is that Stephen King was writing a book and it was going to be made into a movie. They made the fucking movie. By the time the movie came out, the hardcover was number 10 and the paperback was number 1 in fucking in books. Yeah, he was so hot because it was coming off the heels of. Well, first there was Carrie. Of course. Then there was The Shining, Creepshow, Cujo, and The Dead Zone. Boom, 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 boom. He was just a big name in the written world and in the movie world now. This is when he was getting huge.
So is the story, are you familiar with the book? Is the story similar?
Yes. It's similar, but of course with everything King, it's very character driven. Mm-hmm. Where this movie, they have time to get into the character, but a lot was left out. I guess as we go forward with this, I'll be able to say, well, in the book this happened or why, because it actually did kind of affect some of the plot of the movie, that they left out the character. But overall, still a fan of the movie and the book, but changes were made, yeah.
I can see Stephen King getting more into possibly the mind of Christine and exactly what is happening with the car.
It was actually more the opposite. They made this movie more about the car than the book was. Because in this movie, you see the birth of the car in the shop and everything else, and it was kind of all about the car. Where in the movie, it was more about the possession, if you will, of Arnie. It was and the old man who owned it before, his name was Roland, whatever. He was in the back seat, sitting there talking to fucking Arnie, telling him all the stuff and what to do and everything else, and he was basically possessing him. He was also like a decaying corpse, and he was getting worse throughout the movie. Yeah, and pardon me, the book. And they decided to scrap it because it was shortly after American Werewolf in London came out, and they kind of did the same thing in that movie.
Oh, yeah, his friend was following him around. Yeah,
right.
In limbo, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was, and he was saying all this stuff, and as Arnie's driving around in the back seat, as Arnie's driving around, this Roland, whatever, I'll get it soon, but he was in the backseat saying this, this, and this, and helping to possess his mind, but it was, they left it out because it just wouldn't have worked, and there wasn't enough time and everything else. So, and the matter of fact, the guy that sells the car, in this movie, the brother, that character doesn't even exist in the book. Matter of fact, the guy, Roland, the original owner, he sells it to him and then dies shortly afterwards. And there's a lot about that. They really get in deep. But that's what King does,
So this car, it's just one of those cars that it's, uniquely designed, and on the taillights, how it kind of on the trunk end, kind of curls up kind of to a point like some Spock ears. So every time in my childhood, if I saw a car that had that at all, it was a Christine car. Doesn't matter if it was yellow, checkered, or anything.
It's like
Cujo dog.
Or like the Jaws shark, whenever you see that type of shark.
Yeah, just in case you were out swimming or what's that shit? You see a great white in passing.
yeah, which
scuba
all
diving.
the time.
Maybe water skiing, jumping the shark, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think Fonzie jumped the Jaws shark?
Definitely.
Fuck.
All right, let's get into the movie. Let's go down the cast list a little bit here. We got our main man, Arnie Cunningham, played by Keith Gordon, or as I remember him as the weirdo from Back to School.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
Melon.
Like knock your teeth out. And he fights the jerk off from Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're diving and shit. They were in the fucking diving competition.
Oh, God. Triple Lindy?
Yeah, it's really
What? Awesome. Thornton Mellon? Was that the kid or was that Rodney?
Thor. Yeah, I have that on Blu-ray. Believe it or not, I like that.
It's a
movie.
good movie. Yeah, it's
Jeez.
got. I'm a Rodney guy, so yeah, I'm all for it.
We got his best friend, Dennis, played by John Stockwell, who I remember from My Science Project.
Really? You did a science project about John Stockton?
Well, he's so dreamy.
Wow.
Jeez,
Okay.
you get that leather jacket on him. Then we got the love interest, Lee. What is it?
I like the layer.
Lee, played by Alexandra Paul, and I remember her from Baywatch.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy,
Believe it or
that
not,
was her. She chopped her hair.
Mm-hmm. She had
Oh.
extremely short hair,
Oh.
and she probably had the worst body on that show too.
Oh, dude. But
Just
nowadays,
comparatively.
I'll tell you what, her hair's long again. She's fucking straight milfing. Wow, I can't believe that was her on Baywatch. Son of a bitch.
All right, and you also have Will Darnell, the car shop owner, played by Robert Proxy, and I remember him as the host of the horror movie show on Gremlins 2.
Yeah, right.
What?
He was like dressed up as Dracula or something. He did some like Elvira type
No
horror host.
shit. I've seen Gremlins too. I just forgot that was him, or never knew.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good in this movie. Actually, he really played the character well. Like he's like a character actor role.
A lot of good characters in this movie, I think.
We also got Detective Jenkins, played by Harry Dean Stanton, who is just awesome in everything. But I remember him most specifically from Alien. But let's talk about the cast. I actually really enjoy pretty much all the acting and the actor picks to play these roles. The Cunningham kid, his friend, his parents are just straight assholes. And across the board, like you said, the guy who owns the garage was great. As far as the acting goes, I really didn't have with anybody.
I did.
With who?
I knew that was coming. Alex is going to say he didn't like the girls acting. Lee.
Oh,
Is that
no.
right?
No.
Oh fuck! Really? I thought everyone was. I thought she was the weakest link, and not even that weak. But let's hear it, Alex. What do you got?
It's not necessarily the acting, but the casting. I mean, they got this 40-year-old gay-looking John Travolta, which is redundant.
Oh, he's great though. Oh,
He is awesome.
A gay
Yes.
John Travolta.
John Travolta is gay. We've already
Yeah, that's why
discussed
it's redundant, right?
this on UA. Right, but it was just like they couldn't get Travolta, I guess, at this point. So they looked back at Carrie and they said, let's get a guy just like fucking the Travolta guy in Carrie and put him in this movie. And it's totally fucking him. I think he's great.
I know, but he
Cunningham.
graduated high school 20 years before this movie was filmed.
He's definitely in his late 30s.
I actually looked it up. You won't even believe it. He was only 24.
See?
Holy shit.
He looked 35 years old. No, you know what? I'm 35. I think I would look younger if you cast me and I was doing that.
I don't know. You got those Down syndrome eyes. I don't know, dude. That guy was awesome. His whole crew were some standouts, I think. You got him.
I love
You got Ted,
Yeah.
right, from Friday 2.
Ted, hey, Ted!
Oh, wrong Ted.
Wrong Ted, but still pretty good. You got the round guy, and then you got the skinny dude with the afro who was in the beginning of Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's right. That was him. How about this? If you combine the round guy with the skinny dude with the afro together, if they have a love
Seth
child...
Rogen.
Shelly from Part 3.
Oh, Shelly.
Wow, you combined and round.
We're out of
That
fucking
worked
control.
out.
So the movie opens with the car actually coming down the... Well, no, let's start before that. The movie opens with opening credits. And there's no music, but there's the car starts, the car revs, and then it just idles for the whole time while the credits played. And I thought that was great. I mean, it really got you in the mood of wanting to know what this car was about.
I dig that whole fucking opening sequence.
I
Yes, I only like that song because of this movie.
think most people know the song from this movie.
I didn't know this. I knew when Al Bundy he was having a bad day, and he got in his car. Just kidding. No, I think it actually is from Married Children at some point. But I think
so too.
yeah,
I would
that's
doubt it,
mostly
yeah.
how I remember it. But yeah,
It's from Beavis and Butthead too, if you recall.
the movie.
No, just the show. It was one of the videos they did their thing on, and he said,
Oh, really?
"Yeah, you don't remember?" And he goes, "This song's about a boner or something." And he's like, he goes, I never had a bad, but he goes, a bad boner. And he goes, how do you have a bad boner? And he goes, Beavis is like, I had a bad boner once. And he goes, I forgot what it was, but he goes, I had chicken pox or something, and I had Band-Aids on my hands. I don't know, some fucking shit. Bottom line was the joke was he couldn't jerk off. So it was a bad boner.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bad to the boner.
Yes. But honestly, that song, I'm not a fan of George Thorogood or that song, except I'm a fan of that song just because of this movie. That was, what I was trying to say. It's just one of those associations,
Yeah, I like some of his songs. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
I drink alone.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, there you go. See?
That's Alex's song. Yeah, when nobody else.
Actually, I'm more of an Air Supply guy. We like some more Air Supply on the show.
So, yeah, we see the car come down the assembly line, and we get, right off the bat, a kill. Guy, the hood smashes one of the workers' hands, and then, seconds later, an asshole decides to sit in the car, and, I don't know, I guess he was going to jerk off or something. I have no idea, but then they're smoking, and the car doesn't like this, and I guess it kills him with fumes? Is that what happens? He, chokes to death, right?
They don't show anything. You just see the aftermath. I just assumed he had a heart attack.
Ah.
Instant death. I don't know. It's just what I came with.
Really? You don't think the car had anything to do with it?
Oh, of course the car had everything to do with it, but I don't think I didn't see the car, any fumes or anything. I just saw the guy was dead. So I assume when they did the autopsy, cause of death would have been like heart attack or, you know what I mean? Just dropped.
But isn't that something that the car, we find out later in the movie that the car did do that?
Didn't they talk about that asshole in the movie?
The previous owner, he killed himself in the car by the fumes, right?
Yeah, intentionally with the fucking,
With a hose, he said, though.
Right.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was the car that killed him.
Well, the car ultimately led him to that, but the thing is, and people did choke. Didn't he say his daughter choked to death in it or something, the original owner? Mm-hmm. And then we see later on, Lee almost chokes to death. So, I hear you. The car could probably do anything. But you're right, though. Pretty much everything you see, the car does something. So, maybe the guy did choke. They just didn't show that part. Because we only saw the aftermath, right? Mm-hmm. They open the door and the guy fucking falls out.
I really like how the radio only plays, 50s rock and roll and pop music. It's awesome.
Bye-bye, love, did it. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness, think I'm gonna cry. And it's always, it speaks to people, they want to break into the car. It's like, you're never getting in here, no way, no how.
Keep on looking, but you can't come in.
Go back to Alex's song.
Yeah, right. That was a really
you're
good
not
one.
Getting in here, no way, no
That was
how.
a parody, man. No way, no how, you ain't getting in. Yeah, what would that relate to in a song?
Oh, fuck. But you know what, though, Alex? That's a good point. It's fucking brilliant the way they put the songs for every situation. Mm-hmm. It was very smart. Even the very first song you hear it play is Not Fade Away. Right off the bat, it's singing a love song, and it's, our love is real, not fade away. That was in the fucking when the car was created. So right off the bat, it's this fucking thing all about dedicating itself to one thing. And I got to say, I like the transition because then when it cuts to 1978, you see Dennis driving, and there's an updated version of Not Fade Away playing. So they took this
okay.
song.
I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool then, because I'm like, this song sounds almost just like the other song. It makes sense. It was on purpose. After this introduction, we're introduced to our main characters. Fucking Arnie is I like these guys' relationship. Arnie is a super awkward fucking dork, and then this guy is like a popular, good-looking, like a running back or something for the football team.
Man, you like him?
Well, yeah. Yeah,
like his
I think you might ask me to the dance, guys. No, but isn't it funny? Like, you'd never see this kind of relationship, I think, in cinema. Not that it doesn't happen in real life, but it's just odd that they would choose this pairing. But I guess not, because that's what the dynamic of the whole relationship.
Last night, we were playing Scrabble, and it's like neck and neck between me and her. We blew my dad away early. Huh? So right at the end, I had this choice of putting down ratio for like 5 lousy points, or...
Well, what, Arnie?
Fellatio. On a triple word score for 24 points in the game.
What'd she do?
She wouldn't let me have it. She won by 7 points because she said obscenity's not allowed in Scrabble.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and it's in the dictionary.
You jerk, Arnie.
That's what I like about this movie, is that it's not necessarily a thrill ride or frightening start to finish. It's like about these guys, and it's more like Pretty in Pink, but like the male version for like the first 40 minutes of this movie, because it's just about their relationships. And
Yeah, I could dig it. So Pretty in Red. Because of the car, the color of the car.
Didn't you think that, though? I mean, it's like so much time is given to these guys being friends, and how awkward they are in certain social situations. And
yeah, sure. And then how it turns around later. How I don't want to say they reverse roles, because Dennis doesn't become a dork, but in the relationship, Arnie, as he becomes what he becomes, he has the upper hand in the relationship. And even in the deleted scenes, they expand on that a little more, where he almost straight up bullies him at one point, which is strange because he never did that to him, but whatever. He was becoming something else.
The car is twisting his brain.
Yes, yeah.
Arnie Cunningham. Why doesn't it say Cunningham?
So let's talk more about this fight that they get to in at lunch. Now, we talked about these 4 assholes in the wood shop, but why is this fucking dude, this John Travolta wannabe, why is he even doing this?
The motivation of the picking on a guy seems sort of like natural. I'm wondering why he's grabbing the guy's cock and squeezing it.
Yes! Right, who does that?
Doesn't he ask him, do you like that?
John Travolta.
No, that wasn't him. It was the round guy. It was the fat guy.
Oh, right.
And the round guy grabbed Dennis's cock and fucking squeezed it. Oh, man.
I think that Travolta guy was mad that he was like, hey, I do that at the end.
That's my move.
Done the knife reprimand. You want to make me put it down? Hey, you got a knife and he doesn't. In my book, that makes you a chicken shit.
Yeah, that's chicken shit.
I figured it out. It's shop class. And he even mentioned something on the ride in. He goes, my parents are giving me shit because I want to take shop class. And shop class is primarily that kind of crowd. Like the whatever. What the fuck's the kid's name? Buddy Lembeck. Buddy Lembeck.
Charles in charge.
Okay, Buddy. Right? Buddy, whatever the fuck his name. It'll come to me. But that's more his crowd. It's the metalheads and the guys that know about shit like that. It's not something you would see like a dork taking. He would be more into a different class. He'd probably even take home mech before he took fucking shop, if given the choice. But he was there, so it was a real clandestine environment. You had the bullies and the fucking metalheads, whatever, all together, and they have this douchebag in class, and they're gonna pick on him because what the fuck are you doing here? This is our shit. You're not supposed to be fucking geeks in the shop class. Come on,
geeks. Yeah. So after the teacher shows up and breaks it up and stuff, how fucking funny was it when he told Buddy to go to the office, and then Buddy's got to get in one more jab towards Arnie, and he kind of like spins around and says something.
I'll fix you. You're gonna wish you were never fucking born.
You're gonna wish you were never fucking born.
Yeah, he did that. He really likes to try to get people to flinch.
Yeah.
But the 3 times he did it, nobody ever flinched.
Nobody.
Nobody. Not even Arnie. He just stood there with that blank stare on his face, like the way Ralphie looked at Santa Claus when he was like, "Ho, ho." Like he just stared at him like, okay. It's just so awkward.
He was even in the teacher's face, and he was doing his little thing, and at the end he goes, "Fuck!" He gets real close to him. But,
Yeah, fuck.
But, yeah, the guy still didn't flinch. I'm like, what? I would have flinched. Anybody
I would have
does.
flinched,
Just
yeah.
its natural reaction.
You know what it is? The actors knew it was coming, though.
Yeah,
So they were like, I ain't I'm going to be the badass of this movie.
yeah, the shop teacher.
I ain't flinching for this shit. I know he's going to do it, so I'm just going to stand here.
And Arnie didn't flinch probably because his glasses were broken at that point.
He couldn't see. Would call, right?
I loved how he was like Thelma from fucking Scooby-Doo on his hands and knees, literally just pawing at the ground like, I'm totally blind without these.
Velma.
Why, this doesn't say Arnie Cunningham. I always love that line.
I love that. Yeah. This is one of the movies that I grew up watching on HBO. It got a lot of airtime on HBO, so I've seen it a bunch as a kid. And something about these scenes in particular, dealing with the bullies and stuff like that, just really resonate in my mind. Him calling him Cunningham, cutting the lunch open, even when he walks really slow over to just barely step on the glasses. I just like how all these shots are set up and the look and the feel of the entire movie. So
agreed.
It's odd though, because I don't know if watching it at this point in the movie I would say this is a Carpenter movie. I feel like every other movie that came out before this, I would have already said this is a John Carpenter movie. It just didn't feel. Maybe it's the soundtrack wasn't as
what really?
In your face. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not in your face at all. There was a couple. You know what they did have? They had the drops. The Carpenter like,
yes,
like whatever it is, like, and they
yeah.
were all from Halloween 3. Like
Yeah,
when
it
the
was
headlights
very
went
Halloween.
on.
Yeah.
Very Halloween 3. Like when the headlights went on, I was like, choo. Yeah, we can't. For some reason, I can't imitate it, but you know that sound.
Pew pew pew.
It is hard
Yeah.
to do.
Choo, pew. That's like a cat dying over here, but
But other than that, there was nothing that super memorable, right?
no,
Or-
nothing besides that.
I don't know. I think the way it was shot, I think that it seemed, especially the beginning, it was. I know Dean Cundy wasn't the cinematographer here or anything, but there was a lot of wide shots. It almost reminded me of Halloween in the beginning when you see Denny driving the car and when he goes to the house. I'm not sure where this is supposed to take place, but it reminded me of the Halloween, how they tried to make California look like Illinois, shit like that. I kept thinking of that, the way the neighborhood looked. And once again, just the long shots. There was a lot of that in the movie. To me, it was shot like a Carpenter movie. So granted, the soundtrack wasn't over the top. It wasn't used very often. But when it was used, it was unquestionably Carpenter. That's how I feel.
I'm not knocking this at all. I just felt like it didn't scream John Carpenter to me like some of his other movies. Because I really enjoyed everything you said. Like the shots, everything looked great, very cinematic.
Can I ask something about the car?
No, moving on.
What I don't understand is, and I'm sure it could be explained, and even asking, I would come up with my own explanation. But if the car has all new parts to it, then how is it really Christine? And how does it it must be an aura around some part of the car that controls it. Like, how doesn't it exist within the metal and stuff? Like, I don't even understand how it could do that if it has all these new parts. Because he said half the fucking thing was taken from my junkyard.
Okay, hold on. Picture you, okay? Let's say...
Bruce Jenner will still be Bruce Jenner when he's done, you're saying.
Well,
Right.
Yeah, but
let's say
his
you
brain
get your
is
leg
there.
chopped off.
So where's the brain?
Well, hold on. Let's say your leg gets chopped off, okay? And let's say you can somehow afford a fake limb. That's a fake limb. It's you, but it's still your brain, your heart, and your soul, if you want to, put it that way. It is what it is. It's the fucking interior. It's what's there. And who's to say that it is new parts? He does take some pieces out of the junkyard and use them to rebuild it, but as we see later on, I think that,
Well, the guy said it was new parts.
Well, he did buy some parts, yeah, but you know what? He couldn't provide receipts for him. What guy are you talking about? You talking about Darnell, or are
Yeah.
you talking about Junkins, the detective?
Darnell.
Yeah, but what does Darnell know? He just sees this guy working on the thing, and then he's like, "Oh boy, he's great with his hands." But I think there's more that meets the eye here.
Well,
I
you
mean,
said you
look,
lifted half your shit from my junkyard. I didn't say you could
Right.
take the whole goddamn place. So they
True.
did establish that it was mostly new.
He did take pieces. Yeah.
But
I
here's the
could-
thing: they wouldn't have written the line if they didn't want us to know that he basically took it was all new.
Yeah, they have to pass it off some way. I mean, he doesn't find out till later. You know what I mean? In that one epic scene where he's in the room and he sees the thing actually fix itself. You know, what was it? I want to say it was one of the mirrors or whatever. Arnie doesn't know yet. So in the beginning, at this point, he is putting new pieces on it. Yeah, but it still is what it is. I mean, even at the end, what you see is what you see when they have that final little thing and the fucking that piece of metal moves. So Christine lives on. It's just an evil force. That's the way I see it.
Okay, so obviously the car came off the assembly line with this whatever, possessed or whatever you want to call it. So, and seemingly nowhere in the movie do they explain it truly what it is. Did you guys like that, or would you prefer a more concrete explanation of, like, say, the previous owner's spirit is in the car?
I don't know. I don't know if I needed an explanation. I was just curious. As I was seeing him do that, and I knew what was going to happen, it just seems weird that the car is the thing that has its own consciousness, yet... Like, I don't know. I'm just wondering where the brain is. I guess, is it the engine? Maybe it's the same engine. You just fixed the engine.
Who's to say there is a brain?
Well, there has to be a consciousness. Where's the consciousness exist?
It's a spirit. How's that? I mean, and it continues on. Even when after, like in the book, for example, even after Roland, whatever his name, LeBay dies, it continues on. His spirit continues on and actually contributes to, you know,
So does
what
the
happened.
car have this new guy's spirit now?
Well,
Now,
they
with
become
new guy
one.
Spirit.
Roland's evil spirit becomes one with Christine. How's that? Because Christine could do what she did. She drove herself and did whatever. You know, when Roland died and there was no one around to love Christine, Christine just kind of wasn't. It was laying dormant. And then she was getting old because of it, because she didn't have someone to feed off of. And then when Arnie spotted her, boom, it was fucking, she came back, and it was basically, if you want to say love at first sight for both of them, that's what happened. And then Roland's spirit in love for Christine was transferred to Arnie in a manner of speaking. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain it? They just say, and even in the book, they just say she comes off the assembly line evil. That's all there is to it, and that's as far as they take it.
Yeah, maybe the bulk of it just has to be the original Christine.
Oh, so the book says that the car is already evil.
Yeah, in the book, they from the day she's rolled off the fucking assembly line. Yeah. Oh no! Wait a minute. No. What? No, I'm wrong. In the book, let me think about this. In the book, she was normal until Roland.
Okay.
And something happened when the book was when the car was purchased by Roland. Then it was Roland who made the fucking car evil. His love for Christine, it was like fucking infatuation with it, made it evil.
He's like the puppet master.
In a way. And I think, do you guys think that this was kind of a, once again, I brought this up last show with the fog, but do you think that this was there was a little bit of a political slant? Or not even political, a social slant about, you know, like America's fascination with fucking cars and inanimate objects?
I didn't get that at all.
See, I do get it because it's a King thing that's recurring in his books, and it's a Carpenter thing. He just makes it's commentary. I don't know, because look about how in love he is with this car. Some people do fall in love with their cars. You know, assholes like that.
Yeah, but it is a pretty cool scene whenever they, you know, kind of stumble across the car, and just how infatuated he is with it. It clearly is a piece of shit, yet he can't see any of that. He just is instantly in love with it. I really like that. It's like they were, I don't know,
Drawn to each other.
Yeah, destined to be together.
Hey, careful, Dennis.
That's a piece of shit, Arnie.
Wish she could be fixed up. She could.
Yeah.
Well, she could be really tough.
Forget it, Arnie. This baby's got 93,000 miles on it. Probably 193.
I don't care.
Bet it won't even start.
She'll start. You need these.
They play that song, "You're mine and we belong together."
He's kind of like Norman with his mom. He's like, my mother never let me drink. My mother used to dance with me. And everything's the car. Even at one point he's saying like, yo, man, you know, sometimes is when she's meant to be with you and then you and her have this special bond that nobody could come between. He goes, you feel that way about what's her name? And she's like, no, Christine, man.
Fuck no.
Like, you're the loser here.
Right.
No, loser. I'm talking about a car.
Yeah.
Not a chick who everybody wants to bang and I'm with her somehow.
Hey, don't you like this beer? Thought you liked beer. Did you hear what I just said? Let me tell you a little something about love, Dennis. It has voracious appetite. It eats everything. Friendship. Family. It kills me how much it eats. But I'll tell you something else. You feed it right, and it can be a beautiful thing, and that's what we have. You know, when someone believes in you, man, you can do anything, any fucking thing in the entire universe. And when you believe right back in that someone, then watch out, world, because nobody can stop you. Then nobody, ever. And you feel this way about Lee. What? Fuck no. Talking about Christine, man. No shitter ever came between me and Christine.
How about this? It's like Shallow Hal, except instead of a fat bitch, it's a car.
Now, how about this? Now, did this car, did the swag and aura this car gave Artie, was that why that girl was attracted to Artie, or would she normally date a loser?
Artie became someone else because of the car, and she was attracted to that someone. Of course, she wouldn't have
even though she hated the car. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, she just didn't realize it.
Yeah, the dichotomy of her liking what the car did to him, but disliking the car itself. Because the car was jealous of her, though.
She didn't know Arnie until he became that. You know what I mean? She was new to the school, so she wasn't aware of Geek Arnie. She was only aware of this guy who, quickly into the school year, gets Christine, and then quickly fucking... Because it's all before Halloween and everything. It's all... Because they show the timeline, Thanksgiving. He's ultra cool come Thanksgiving because what's-his-name's in the hospital. And by then, he's got a whole new thing going on, and it's kind of interesting because the way he was dressing was like the way people would have dressed in 57 or 58, whenever Christine came to be.
Yeah,
right.
Like a greaser, kind of.
Yeah, like James Dean and shit like that. And the longer the movie went on, the more he was transforming into that role. So I always thought that was pretty interesting.
I thought it was interesting how quickly he got to Mac on the chick. Wasn't that their first date? And already they're at the football game just going to town?
Well, it's like that kid said when he first saw her. She looks smart, but she has the body of a slut.
I knew Dave liked that.
That's a great line. This movie's filled with great lines, and that's fucking... It's funny. The body of a slut.
Okay, so there's basically two hot chicks in this movie. You got her, and then you got the blonde played by Kelly Preston.
I'd rather fuck Arnie's mom than a Kelly Preston in this movie.
What?
Isn't Kelly Preston the chick, the beard of John Travolta?
That's right. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yes, and Buddy Rapperton's a Travolta knockoff. Holy fuck. Surprised they didn't get together. Maybe they did on the set. We should look. I bet.
Probably.
I bet that guy fucked her.
He's like, I know you fucked him because he looks just like me, but the straight version.
I'm going to look that guy's bio up. I bet they did date. Kelly Preston was hot, but I wanted to throw in that what's her name was a MILF. I never realized it when I was young, but now watching it, she's pretty fuckable, Arnie's mom.
You're the bitch, right? With the blonde hair.
Yeah, maybe because she's a bitch makes her fuckable too. But I don't know.
Okay, why do the parent, or why are they so controlling over Arnie? Because you would think he'd probably be a straight A student, doesn't get into any trouble whatsoever, but right from the get-go, their relationship is just sour.
That's why he doesn't get into trouble. Because I am like this.
It's just progression. Exactly. It's Arnie before and after. That's what's cool about it. Because you see Arnie the way he was before, and then he gets more rebellious as he becomes this other person. I think that it was just added for exposition of, the whole characters. It was just, it makes sense that that's why he was a geek, because he was under their control.
Yeah, it's just like George McFly changing into the hip author, at the end of Back to the Future.
Because of one punch.
I said 2 coats of wax, Biff.
Biff.
Somebody in this movie does say the line, Get your damn hands off her, I believe. Oh, it's whenever they're at the drive-in. Arnie's girlfriend is choking, right? And the guy does a Heimlich.
Yeah.
He just instantly goes red. Like, dude, he's saving your girlfriend's life. She can't get out of the car.
That scene is great.
Get your damn hands off her.
Hey, you. Get your damn hands off.
Oh, I think you got the wrong car, McFly.
What the hell are you doing to her? Get your hands off her. Yes. But the funny thing is when you look at it and he's performing the Heimlich on her, it is the most sexual looking Heimlich you'll ever fucking see.
We're seeing it through his eyes.
Yeah. Even at the end, they're like, both of them. And the looks on the guy's face and everything, I'm telling you, watch it again. It's fucking, it really does look like they're going at it. So, in a way, I can see why Arnie was so fucking uptight about it.
And how about the fucking, who goes to a drive-in in a downpour? Like, could you even see the fucking movie at that point?
Oh,
like,
no, you just go there to fool around.
Right, so that's what I was thinking. Everyone is there to just fool her, like, just because they can't do it in their parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
So they go when it's almost not visible in a drive-in and just spend $5 or whatever it was back then, a nickel.
He fucked up. She was gonna honk his horn. That's for sure.
Well, apparently this is it was true to life with the rain. They were in California where it never rains, and because of the budget and when they were shooting, they happened to be plagued with a lot of rainy days, and it wasn't planned that way, so they just kind of went with it.
They were so willing to leave their cars like so often, and I was just like, why is she's upset with them and just leaves just so they could talk about, like, I don't like the car. Why couldn't you say that in the car?
She wanted the fuck out, that's why. She wanted out of the car. That was her point. She was trying to make it. She's like, fuck this shit. I can't fuck in this car. I got to get up and get out. She bugged.
But would you, dude, let's get serious. If my girlfriend was even if I just met her, or any new chick, well, I'll say because I know her personality, she would not in a million years get out in that rain just because she's upset that I was trying to make out with her, and then she wants to tell me she don't like the car, and then she's willing to go back in because, she just wanted to get that off her chest. Like, she wouldn't go out in that rain to say that. She just wouldn't do it.
And ruin that hair. I mean...
Right.
Right? I guess it was just the progression of her angst with the vehicle. By the time they got to that point, she had just fucking had enough of it, his obsession with it. She's like, you know what? Fuck you. She was probably one of those situations, you know how women get mad sometimes and they try to fake like they're going to walk home when there's an argument or something. It was probably one of those things. She just wanted to get out of the car, slam the door, and you know what, buddy? Fuck you. I'm walking home or something. Like, she didn't say that, but her actions kind of... reflected that. She was like, fuck you, man. She gets up and she walks away and then kind of looks over her shoulder, waits for him to come and fucking, I'm sorry. That's just a game women play, especially at that age.
I don't think they expressed his obsession with the car enough. I mean, they talk about it, she blows up on him here, but it's like we really haven't seen anything. Yeah, he fixed it up, he talks about it weird, but I think they should have had some scenes where he was talking to the car or interacting with the car and
humping the seats or something.
Yeah, like jerking off in it or something like that.
Yeah, because they say he's always with the car, and that's about it.
That's anybody in high school. I mean, if
right.
you have a car, you're gonna
but they don't
do that
show
shit.
it. How are you always with a car anyway? Like, what does that even mean? He drives around all day.
It's
or
like
something?
when Homer gets a bike,
a motorcycle, and he's like it's running next to his
in the
bed.
bedroom. Yeah.
They do kind of explain it, and I think it's in the deleted scenes. See, some of the deleted scenes were they should have left in, and some they should have left out for exposition here. But in one of the deleted scenes, she says he's always with the car because of Darnell's, because he's taking the car to Darnell's, then working on it while he's there. Then he's running around town getting parts for the car, coming back, working on it, making runs for Darnell for the business. It's all about the garage and the car, and that's all it is. And she says every time I try to talk to him, he's either on the way to Darnell's or there or here or with Christine. It's like he gets out of school, doesn't even do a whole day because we see him try to skip class at the one point, and he's never with his girlfriend or his friend anymore. He's only at the garage, and when he's at the garage, who's he with? He's with fucking Christine. That's all he does. And I think they kind of play on it a little bit with the way he touches the car. If you notice, he caresses, he touches it. And I was watching a documentary.
With some hot wax?
I'll change your oil.
You could change my oil, baby.
I guess they could have done more, but they took some of that out of the movie. And
Okay. I just feel like they didn't express that enough. I could see his girlfriend getting like just a unexplainable sense about the car, but I just feel like it didn't really show him being this crazy about the car enough for her to freak out.
yeah, I guess they just couldn't fit it in. And then the stuff they did put there, they end up cutting some out. But there was more scenes with her talking on the phone and then getting with Dennis. Once at the hospital when he was there, and then once at their house, and it was a extended scene. And they talk about it more. I don't like what it's doing to Artie. And then they're saying, is it Christine or is it Artie?
I thought you wanted to talk about Christine.
What do you know about that car?
I know that the guy who owned the car before Arnie, his daughter choked to death in Christine.
How do you know that?
LeBay's brother sold Arnie the car. I mean, the guy's a jerk. Just came out and told me.
I think I was supposed to be next or something.
And those things I feel they should have left in the film, but they didn't. They made some decisions, but then in another instance, Carpenter put stuff in the film, like he did with The Fog, that initially wasn't there. Like when Christine reconstructs itself, that great scene when it's like...
Tell me he didn't have that originally.
That was a reshoot?
Originally...
What, Artie rebuilt it?
After the car was destroyed, when he does Show Me, you just hear the noise. And then you just hear the noise of things going on, and then you see the car afterward, and it's fucking pristine again. And Carpenter said, I think that we should... he went back and said, I think we should go back. There should be more on this movie. And then he decided to add the reconstruction scene, which was a great move.
Oh, yeah. It just looks fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the most iconic scene of the movie.
Yeah,
right.
When he says "show me" like that, it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Show me some sugar, baby.
Show me, you pig.
I do have one small...
No condom this time.
It is sexual, too, because he's like, okay, show me. It's almost like it is a female.
Take
it's
it
like,
off.
Yes, exactly. Take it off.
You see those titties.
Yeah, we see them headlights.
You show me yours.
Can you imagine if Artie was going that far where they're like, damn, baby, you got a set of headlights on you, and look at the junk in the trunk.
Nowadays they would if they ever remade it. That's how
They
bad.
probably would.
Totally they would.
But so.
There is one... Oh, so yeah, dick in the tailpipe and everything.
Ooh, too hot.
Back to that scene when the girl was choking. This is my only issue with the film. It gets real bright.
I knew you were going to say that, yeah.
Right? And she even says it.
She says it too, yeah.
Yet, Arnie doesn't seem to notice and doesn't even question that it gets real fucking bright like that. If it was my movie, I don't think I would have made it go bright. I think it would have worked better just to not have the lights go bright, just to have her fucking choking, and then, maybe she honks the horn or something and then he tries to get in. You know what I mean? I think that was the only misstep that they made in the movie.
I thought it looked good, though. I mean, it makes no sense.
It looks great.
It looks great. But
it makes no sense. Like, well, why wouldn't Arnie notice? Unless you just want to say he's blinded with his love for Christine, so it didn't really mesh. I don't know.
She should have just not have brought it up. Like later she says, the car did this. It was filled with light. If she just never brought it up, we wouldn't have thought about it, probably. I don't know.
I guess so.
At this point in the movie, the bad guys, led by poor John Travolta, they decide to trash Cunningham's car. These guys go ham on this fucking car. Not only, every conceivable part of this car gets destroyed.
Yeah, every single part.
Yeah, there's no part of this car is left untouched. And I like the fact that they even went as far as to defecate in the car too, because nothing, it's like destroying the car wasn't enough. Let's shit in it.
Yeah, but there's one thing I don't understand. How did he wipe his ass when he was done?
You're right.
The glove.
There is nothing for him to wipe his ass on. There's no cloth in that car at all. You're right. I say maybe on the seat afterwards or something, but...
Well, maybe they took the shit at home, like in a bag or something.
Wiped his ass in his bathroom.
Mm-hmm. And then just brought a smelly bag of shit as they drove all the way to
No.
the garage.
How about
and
this?
broke in.
In the fucking deleted scenes, that scene lasts longer. They really show them trashing it, and then they show the guy fucking in position and like making a face like he's taking a shit. It was the fat guy too.
Oh my god.
I think it was the fat guy. It was either him or the fro guy, but yeah.
Well, he is the first one to get killed, so that kind of makes sense.
True. How about
Shit
that?
on me, will you?
How ridiculous is it that fucking when Chubby does see the car and puts it together that it's fucking Arnie, he says, "You aren't mad, are you?" Why the fuck wouldn't he be mad? You trashed the guy's fucking car.
He's scared. He'll say anything. Man, I'll suck your dick.
And that scene is great. I love that whole chase and ultimately what happens. How he thinks he has him at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty badass to think the car would just sacrifice itself just to plow into this guy. Pretty cool. But the fact that come on, I think he had plenty of time to jump on the fucking hood.
I suppose.
If you want to live, you'd live.
He was fat. So.
That's true. He was fat. Maybe that's why it wouldn't have worked with Buddy Rapperton or somebody else. It had to be the fat kid.
Buddy Rapperton. I don't know. He's getting pretty old. His bones might not have been able to jump.
The 24-year-old. That's really.
I like how Buddy was doing his own stunts, smashing that car, standing on the hood like that. He looked like he was going to fall 3 times when he gave a lot of power there.
He's not very graceful. Yeah. How fun would it be to just go nuts on a car like that?
Oh man. Oh, they have things where you do that, like at a.
What?
Really?
Yeah. You go to like car shows or like some kind of swap meets, and they give you a sledgehammer, and you pay like $50, and you get to smash her for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd want to do that in front of people though.
Because you're gonna go just full rage.
Right, I'm gonna yell things and fucking yeah. I'm gonna.
Why are you pig?
You imagine Dave yelling that? Oh shit!
He's jamming the bat in the fucking exhaust. Take it, bitch.
Take a you sword. Come, receptacle bitches. Little eager sluts.
Oh, these 18-year-old whores.
18-year-old eager sluts. Fuck your face. Yeah, that's Dave.
That's me, yeah. Fuck your face. Right.
Jeez. So on our Facebook group page, Tristan, the gnarly one, was talking about Christine, and he said something interesting. He said that this movie had kind of a let the right one in vibe going on because the car isn't a girl at all. It's in fact a boy possessed by the former owner, Roland LeBay. Now, is he talking about the book? Because that's not the scenario here, right?
No, he is talking about the book. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. But how do you like that comparison, though, with Let the Right One In?
Well, I'm a little confused because it's Roland LeBay, but it's also Christine. So one and the same. So it could go either way. You know what I mean?
Oh, it goes both ways. Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. But it has to be a woman because it's named Christine, so it has to get with a man. So there's nothing too fishy about it. At least that's my take. I mean, I guess you could take that a whole different way.
Those old cars, man, I tell you what, they were always so huge, and like the back seat was big enough that even a guy like me could have sex in it in high school. All these little cars.
Yeah, those cars were huge back then.
Yeah, exactly. Cars today, I have to open both doors to have sex in the back.
You need a truck, dude. You got to get a fucking
truck with a bed in the fucking bed.
Yes,
with a mattress in the bed.
I have one. That's why I have 2 cars. I have a fucking car and I have a truck.
This is my fuck car and this is my drive to work car.
Yep. That's right. It's always good to have it just in case you want to do it one night and fucking whatever, be an exhibitionist or something. Easy access, baby. You got to do that, especially if you're married. You got to have the love life spiced up.
I see you and your wife driving like across town, parking in someone else's driveway.
I would.
At like 8:30 at night, trying to get away with fucking.
I would do it.
I did that one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I parked in someone else's driveway and Yep.
And jerked
It's great.
off.
A stranger, right?
Yeah, Stranger. Yeah.
Yes, it's great, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was under my mind. I don't really remember. Honestly, this is gonna be scary. I don't remember even how it ended. I just remembered I was on the road. Some other. I think the next thing I remember from pulling in and starting to bang the chick is pulling into like a TGI Fridays after that or something. I literally. I remember 30 seconds into it, and that was it.
Oh, wait, it can only end one of two ways. You came or you didn't. You don't remember that?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm sure I didn't.
I'm sure I didn't.
Wow, so you go through all that fucking rigmarole of parking in someone's driveway you're not even going to complete. You bugged out.
It was a crazy night. We'll get into it on Assholes one day.
Ah.
Yeah, put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did you guys know that they were going to put fucking Scott Baio as Arnie Cunningham and Brooke Shields as fucking Lee in the beginning?
Scott Baio.
Yeah. Scott Baio. And then they wanted to
Then he
put
could have had
fucking...
Buddy Lembeck in this.
Right.
Charles in charge.
It was Boner, I thought.
Huh,
No, Boner was from Family... No, what was he from?
No, Boner was from Growing Pains.
Growing Pains, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and that's why it was Growing Pains, because Growing Pain, Boner.
That shit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. And they were going to have fucking Kevin Bacon play the part of Dennis. And they opted...
Yeah, that I could see.
Yeah, I hear you. It does kind of look like...
How do you guys know what this means? So who's Dennis?
the jock.
Jock, the buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were going to do all of that, and the first two they turned down, Brooke and Baio, because Carpenter or whoever, or the studio, I forgot who it was, but they wanted to have unknowns. They didn't want it to be an actor's movie where people went to see it. They just wanted it to be a horror movie. They figured the King and the Carpenter name was enough to sell it. So they went with that. And then it was going to be, what's his name? Bacon. But then Footloose came and he made a name for himself. And then he actually contacted the studio and said, I don't know. And they said, go on, do your thing. You're a bigger name now. Go on.
Sorry, I'll be in the other 876 movies that I'll be doing. They can play games on my name.
When you said and Footloose came, I thought you were calling Kevin Bacon Footloose. Like, that's his name now. And then Footloose showed up. He's like, let's dance.
Remember when Die Hard jumped through the window?
Yeah.
Neck slit and Footloose.
6 degrees of Footloose. Do we have a 6 degrees of separation for this movie like the last one?
I don't think we do. No, I don't think anybody was fucking anybody. Or
Damn it.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's something strange. The name of the movie is Christine, obviously. Mm-hmm. My very first girlfriend was named Christine in high school. Actually, I spoke of her before with the Come On Babes story. Anyway. Now, this girlfriend of mine, Christine, is never... She's one of those... She has a Facebook account and I'm friends with her, but she's never on Facebook. She's one of those people that puts up maybe 5 statuses a year. She's just not on there, but she has an account. For no reason, I'm watching this movie last night, and I stopped the movie, and I'm walking to the bathroom or the bedroom or something, the kitchen, and I look at the Facebook, I'm scrolling, and she puts something up, and it says, say something in the thread that says how you and I met. The first thing I was thinking was the very first time I saw her in the fucking hallway in high school. I was a senior, she was a sophomore. And anyway, I saw her, and I was going to say, I was going to comment.
So where are we going with this thing?
I was going to say when I saw her that fucking... because it was. But I just found it funny that I happened to be watching a movie called Christine. She put that up, and it's all about Arnie and Christine's immediate attraction.
Oh, okay.
That's all. What are the odds that she put that up, and I happened to look there, and, that was the movie I was watching. So
here's one. I was watching Christine today with my girlfriend, Kristen. Huh? Huh? Guys, it's crazy.
Fuck you both, man. All right. Fucking shitters.
Oh, yeah? I was watching Christine 2 days ago, and Jonathan Orr said, hey, you guys are doing a Christine review, right? Check this video out. And he sent me a video about Christine.
Yes.
Yo.
Can you believe that?
Amazing. It's amazing that he even knew we were doing Christine. How did he know? That's what I can't figure out.
No.
And what the fuck was that guy wearing that sold the guy the car?
My asshole brother bought her back in September '57. That's when you got your new model year in September. Brand new she was. She had the smell of a brand new car. That's just about the finest smell in the world. Except maybe for pussy.
What is he, a fucking...
A straitjacket that he fucking ripped off the arms?
It looks like he should be in a parachute or something, right? Like something you hook yourself up to in a parachute?
I think it was literally to hold like either his spine or his internal organs inside of his body. He like weighed 80 pounds. So I tell you what, I loved this guy though, especially when he drops the pussy line.
Except maybe for pussy.
Yeah, it's a real fucking hard ass.
You guys don't have an answer to that. You don't know what that. All these years, I've seen this movie a fuckload of times. I have always wondered, what is that dude wearing? So you guys don't have an answer either?
I didn't think about it, I guess, at the time.
Holy fuck, how could you not? It's as blatant as the fucking nose on my face.
I probably thought it was weird, but I figured he was just like a weird character. I'll look at it now while we're going through this.
I guess. I always pictured that thing being like hooked up to like a fucking, like a harness for like someone jumping out of a plane. That's what I always, like he was a parachutist or something. I don't know.
I literally just imagine a straitjacket. That's the only thing. I can think of.
What is he, like Harry Houdini? You fucking you escape this shit.
Oh, okay. He's wearing. It's like, you know what Marilyn Manson wore in those like music videos for Beautiful People?
A corset.
Yeah. I think women wear that too.
They do.
So they don't look so fat, right? I think that's why they have it.
Yeah, he was getting a little pudgy.
So he's a cross-dresser. So this goes back to Tristan's theory.
Yeah.
He goes both ways.
I don't know what the fuck. I just had to bring that up because all these years I've wondered, and I figured as long as I'm talking about the movie with two other guys, maybe you have the answer because I just never knew.
That's what it is.
I thought you guys were just gonna laugh at me and say, "Oh, you don't realize that it's fucking you're fucking crazy, Dave."
What, you don't have one of those?
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. Shit.
It looks like it's a sexual device too. You can tie somebody up on a fucking swing.
Yeah, it's a swing. Probably hangs on a swing with that thing.
I'm sure that guy's getting chicks left and right.
Oh yeah.
He's talking about the smell of pussy, so yeah.
Except for pussy.
Except maybe for pussy.
Her name's Christine.
So after the fat kid kill, then in comes Harry Dean Stanton as the detective, and he confronts Arnie. He's asking him all kinds of questions. I like how Arnie just goes straight on dick to the cop. He doesn't act really scared or anything, even though he probably knows that his car killed this kid. He has no apathy at all. He's just like, yeah, he died. So what?
Isn't that what you do with shit? Scrape it.
Scrape it off.
Yeah, that was a great line, man.
It was a great line.
Like, he's not trying to protect himself at all from this cop.
Nope.
Yeah, he's cocky. He's in that mode. He's like, whatever, dude. I'm the man now, and fuck y'all.
You're the man now, dog.
Stephen King.
Right, Stephen King again. But the thing is he in the car or is he not in the car when this is happening? That's the whole, theory of the movie. So if Christine did do it and they love each other, him and Christine, then he's just happy. He's like, well, it can't come back to me. So he's like, fucking, what does he care? It's a devil may care attitude. His enemies are being taken out, and he every time can come up with an alibi.
What do you think, though? I mean, during these kill scenes, don't you think that it's Christine? Or do you think he's driving?
I like to think it's Christine. What do you guys think?
Christine, definitely.
Yeah, I never had a doubt in my mind that it was. But I guess it's cool that you could say that and see it from that point of view, like it really was him.
There's one part where it's sort of made clear. When it's in, flames after it blows up from the gas station.
True.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he would have been cooked like a turkey. That scene where it took out the other three bullies was super cool.
Yes.
The Christine runs over a dude, fucking causes a gasoline. First she smashes into Buddy's car. And this happens, and it's funny because they get, stuck together like two dogs
Twice?
fucking.
They did that twice.
Yeah. Did they plan on doing that, or does Christine just have a grill that just fucking latches on? Jesus.
I think they did plan on it. I think it was intentional, and I think that there's like a brief scene later on, like in the climax, just for a second, where they show the grill and it actually looks like teeth. And if you blink, you'll miss it. Yeah, but I've seen the movie enough times to
blink all the time. Shit.
Make that yeah, sorry, buddy. You got to be like me. You got to fucking, sniff a few lines and just fucking stare at the screen.
Jeez, I thought maybe you got like something like Clockwork Orange style, or something that's holding your eyes open.
Yeah. Actually, I got that thing like Argento's opera, where they put the needles on the eye. That's why I watch movies, so I don't miss a beat.
Hey, why do you guys think he killed Darnell? He sort of turned nice after the initial asshole introduction.
Kiddo, you sold him that piece of shit. You ought to be fucking ashamed of yourself.
I didn't sell it to him. Tried to talk him out of it.
You should have tried harder.
I never really got that. I mean, I like the style of how he killed him. Just raised the seat up until it crushed him in the steering wheel, but yeah, I never really understood. It's not like he was an asshole to the car. I mean, he basically gave it a home, right?
You're right.
He's the reason it exists right now, yeah.
Yeah.
True. In the book, there was a reason, but they didn't. And it wasn't in the deleted scene, so I don't know. But in their book, there was a reason, because that cop, that detective was coming around, and he was kind of providing information. He was trying to kind of save his own ass, because he was also like a smuggler. He was doing cigarette business and other shit in the book.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, it was like a cover-up for a fucking smuggling business. Yes, cigarettes.
But this guy's hardcore, man.
It makes me think of the opening to Beverly Hills Cop. He busts some guys for stealing a van full of cigarettes. I don't know.
Well,
or Goodfellas. They get busted in
yeah.
May for selling cigarettes out of the back of
right.
the. That's big business, cigarettes.
It's like,
even now.
get the fuck out of here. Yeah. What do you guys think? I guess it was an added scene from the special edition we saw, where Ted from Friday the 13th Part 2 was horribly crushed by a car in that garage before the car blew up.
Yeah, it came down on the lift, right?
Terrible
and it went down.
execution.
Maybe that's why they took it out.
Right,
yeah, they don't show it in the regular part.
Okay, that's why I watched. I watched the regular. Okay.
Right, in the regular cut, it's not there, but in the deleted scenes, that's one of the things they show. And yeah, I guess they took it out.
Oh yeah, like I seriously could have done as good or better job.
Yeah, with like a red bucket.
Exactly, that was a better execution.
Red bucket, red car. How about that though? When the shop goes up in flames and the car busts out very triumphantly, just engulfed, and I mean you can't see anything on the car. It has so many flames on it. It was fucking badass.
Yeah, I wonder who was driving it. Can you imagine the guy in his little costume so he don't get burned? And
how could he even see?
It was tough, actually, because they tinted the windows so we couldn't see it as the viewer. But in reality, the stunt driver that was doing it, he was having difficulty seeing because of those same darkened windows. Yeah, which was a real dangerous scene. They were talking about it on the documentary. Even Carpenter was saying it was probably the most difficult, scene to shoot in the movie.
Do you know if they had a remote control car at any point?
I'm not sure. I know they had approximately like 17 cars or something. They put them together from scratch, or not from scratch, but they had to basically rebuild a bunch of their own cars. And I don't know if there was an RC though. That I can't tell you.
Did they show how they made the car come back to form?
Oh, it was just done reverse.
But, so they sucked it in or something? Like how do they get it to move though? Like what do they do to? I know it's reverse, but what? How do you get it to?
They probably had to put some kind of like press, like the thing that crushes the Terminator, like a hydraulic thing. It had to be it, right? That's got to be the only way they could have done that, and then played it back in reverse. It looks great. I'm surprised the effect works so well.
Yeah, it was cool. They described it in the documentary I was watching, but I didn't. At the time, something happened. I think we were getting ready to jump on here, so I didn't get to the whole story. But they were getting in detail on that documentary about how exactly they did it. Yeah, so there you go, Alex. Watch the doc if you want the answer to it.
Well, I don't have the Blu-ray.
You don't?
No.
Watch my doc, bitch.
It's coming, man.
Get up on my doc.
Watch my doc.
Damn it. I want to be able to say what the fuck he did exactly in the book, Darnell. And I can't remember. I just remember that he contributed some information that was going to be detrimental to Christine. So it was a revenge situation in the book. But in the movie, It just happened. But how about that scene? That was great, don't you think?
Darnell got crushed. Yeah.
Yeah, the song they're playing. I know a girl named Boney Maroney. She's as skinny as a stick of macaroni.
Boney Maroney.
Word. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Old music. All right, so then we get to, I guess what you could say is the final showdown between Arnie and his friend, quote-unquote, Dennis, and his new girlfriend. They lure him to the garage by leaving a scratched-in note on Christine, which, I mean, couldn't he just left a Post-it? I mean, what the fuck, dude? Did he have to do that? I mean, this guy could be a murderer, and here you are provoking him.
Yes, yeah, right. Doing that to his car, like, he'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Assholes.
But, yeah.
And they were fucking, too, by that point. Well, not in the book.
Were they?
Well, not in the movie. Yes, they took it out of the movie. It's kind of weird. If you watch the climax, doesn't it seem like she's kind of, when they're in that, whatever what is that thing called? A crusher, a bulldozer, whatever the fuck it is.
A bulldozer.
Was it just a regular bulldozer? Okay. When they're in the bulldozer in the climax about to do their shit, doesn't it seem like she's a little too comfortable on him? She's like kind of hanging on him. You would almost, I don't know. I always thought that, but that was before I knew about the deleted scenes. They showed them, and they showed them making out at one point, and Arnie busts them at a fucking, or at some hamburger joint. Yeah, and they show it, and they started going at it, and they showed 2 scenes where they kissed. So by this point, in the whole situation of their concern for Arnie, after she breaks up with him, and they're just trying to help him because they care about him, they end up actually getting together. And you can kind of see their body language, and that's the only time you can see it. I always used to think that, and that was before I read the book. Then in the book, it becomes a matter of fact. But then in the movie, they put it in, but they took those scenes out. So like I said, some of the scenes worked, and some didn't. You know? Like the parts when, you watched them, Alex, didn't you? Both times when Arnie went to the hospital to visit Denny, how we had him sign his autograph twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see later on how he showed him? He goes, look at the writing, his autograph, his writing isn't the same anymore. I've known him all his life. Okay, so that was in there. That was good too. Don't you think they should have left some of this stuff in?
That should have been left in. But there were some parts that Artie was just so over the top. And it was really pointed that we are making him different. He is changing. He is, it was really weird. And it was really good that they took it out. But as always, when you got deleted scenes, there's always stuff that you go, that would have been good, but whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about this? This movie was supposed to be, when they finished it, because there's no gore, there's not much going on, they were going to make it a PG movie. And, this was the days before PG-13, of course. They were going to make it a PG movie, and they basically nobody wanted that. They said, well, that's kind of a death sentence for a horror movie. Well, still kind of is, So they intentionally added fucking F-bombs in the movie just to get the R rating.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
lame.
getting the fuck out of here. What did you say, young man?
How about just adding fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
That was it too. Fuck. Right.
Well,
But
was there
imagine-
any tits in the sex scene that they cut out?
Sadly, no. There was no nudity at all. But I mean, could you imagine if this was PG? I don't know how many people would have. I think people may have felt differently about it. How many movies from the 80s are ever fucking PG?
Just Friday 13th Part 2.
Twilight Zone. That's all you get. I'll tell you what, though. There was one good F-bomb that they kept in there that was perfect, and it was Darnell. Because when he says that one fucking line, it's awesome. When he says, he goes, pick up around the place, do this, put the toilet paper on the spoodles, and you could take whatever you want from the junkyard. And then the kid, and Arnie goes, I'll think about it. Yeah, then he goes, don't think about it too long, I'll throw you out on your fucking ass. One of the best lines of the movie.
He's the grump with the heart of gold.
I knew a guy had a car like that once. Fucking bastard killed himself in it.
Friend, and they meet Christine. Oh, well, they try to lure Christine to the garage, but it turns out, surprise, Christine's already there. She comes driving out. But what was their plan? Is it just,
they were going to shave their head and go, Christine, don't you remember?
They were going to put on the sweater that they found next to the decapitated head.
Right.
It's your mother, Christine.
Don't you remember? Christine, Mother is talking to you. Brum, brum, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, they could have
That's
dressed
right.
up in that.
Back up. Back up.
They could have dressed up in that guy's fucking straitjacket thing. That's all they had to work with. But
Yeah, can you imagine she gets in a straitjacket?
Right, she comes out, no, or he. You know, he can come out there and pretend to be that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, fucking.
Here's the thing I'm thinking, Matt. I'm on your wavelength, but in a different way. Like, what the fuck was this guy doing in this bulldozer the whole time? Like, to me, so much shit was going down, and I'm like, well, are you going to come out? Are we keeping you from something? Because it's not like it wouldn't start. He started it right up, and I paid attention to make sure that it's not the problem here.
At one point, when she's running away from the car, instead of just running into the cab of the bulldozer, he pins her to a wall with the scoop or whatever you call that thing. Like, just run and get in the cab. It's right there. You could still get run over by this thing.
Yeah, just bad execution all around. But it was saved by a golden scene. The funniest fucking thing in the movie is when Artie goes to run her over in the office, and he goes flying through the fucking window.
Yeah. What a dumbass. Where's his safety belt? Jesus.
Yeah. If he would have had a belt on, the whole movie would have been different.
His transformation, like, he looks like a madman at this point. He's
like, I don't wear a belt with Christine. We go raw dog, bitch.
Raw dog.
Oh, sure. Remember how cocky he was when he was driving? You know? He took his hand off the accelerator. They're going 90.
Check out this alignment, baby.
Right. Yeah. New Year's Eve. He's fucking getting drunk, and he tells him.
Crazy.
Christine's in control now, he says. He fucking just does his thing. Actually, that might have been a deleted scene when he actually said Christine's in control now. That they might have taken that out. But that was... So. Yeah, that was a general,
Oh, right, deleted, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a deleted one. But they were showing it, and that's what he's doing. He's like, yeah, I have all the confidence in the world, and nothing's gonna, and then he gives that big spiel, you know? Nothing's going to come between Christine and me, and fucking anyone that does is fucking out. And he even tells him, you know, stick with me. And he's like, because you know what happens to shitters who don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, but I agree at the end. It didn't make a whole, what was the plan? Matt, you're right. I mean, just to destroy, even if you destroy Christine, it's been destroyed before with fucking Buddy Rapperton in the game. They fucked it completely up, and it came back. And,
right, so knowing that,
right.
What is the end game?
How did they know? And they even alluded to it. They go, is Arnie going to come back, or is it going to be Christine? And she goes, I don't know if Arnie's going to come. And it doesn't matter. Christine
will. Yeah.
Right, so I mean, what were they trying? Just thinking that if they had the bulldozer, that would be enough.
We'll destroy the car somehow. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they needed Brad Dourif and his voodoo Chucky powers to suck the soul out of the car or something.
Well, what do you guys think? Now, we talked about it earlier. About, is it Arnie? Is it Christine? How come at the end of the movie, when they do have the showdown, Arnie is driving the car?
Because that's the point where his mind flipped far enough. Before, sure, he wanted those guys dead, probably, but he wasn't at the point of acting on it yet. And now he is, and it's probably because he used to be so close to these people, and now he's not. So he's, I don't know, has the vengeful spirit, I guess. I like that twist, though.
It's great. It's kind of the reverse of what happened in Trick or Treat with the backwards records. Remember? In the beginning.
The reverse.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat.
It's true. Things were happening in Trick or Treat.
Yeah, like the records were playing in reverse.
And people were getting...
did it in reverse.
Right. But in Trick or Treat, the guy said, well, this isn't what I intended. I don't want these guys to fucking die. So he rebelled against it. In this movie, Arnie went with it. I guess that's what I mean. That's the difference.
If she don't like Christine, she's out like Trout.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. So Arnie dies very hilariously by bashing through the window. But then, of course, Christine is still alive. So, a small chase ensues. I can't really remember how it happens. But then you get to the end where you see this bulldozer fucking demolish this car. And it's pretty satisfying. Just seeing things break and bust. I don't know. It's very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
The best part's when they make it into a cube and then you hear music faintly playing, like 50s music, and then the guy walks by with a boombox.
Right.
Oh my God, Christine! Oh, nope.
Yep. The fake out. And
That's
then
kind of a good fake out, though.
do you guys think? Because then she says, "God, I hate rock and roll." Do you guys think because she said that line, that's why Christine got a little perturbed and fucking came back to life a little? It was like hating on her because she said that.
So Christine lives off fear or hate, like Freddy lives off fear.
Right.
Well, like Christine said in her dying moments, rock and roll is here to stay. It will never die. It's one of those situations.
I would have liked to see at least 4 more sequels of Christine. I want to see Christine come back. Yeah, why didn't they do that? Seriously, I know it's stupid. And nobody would consider this an actual villain except for Michael J. We're going to get to a segment we think everybody might like. It's called Your Favorite Horror Movie Villain Besides the Big Four. Meaning, we went through and we picked who our top 3 favorite horror villains are besides Jason, Michael, Freddy, and Leatherface. Okay, well, Mike, let's hear your better picks. Go ahead.
Christine.
The car.
What?
The car.
Hold on. Okay, actually, no. Go ahead.
It's a valid pick, Dan. It's a valid pick.
Now, is this running on leaded or unleaded?
This is unleaded.
Okay.
Unleaded. But I'll tell you what, that mofo is gonna run you down.
Mike, did you pick the car just so you could say that one line?
No, I honestly I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Carpenter films.
Okay, what do you like about the car?
Just because it's so menacing with that white over the red and all that stuff, and it's just like when it kills people like that Lee in the drive-in, or when it choked her or whatever, like the doors lock and it gets all bright and he's like as she's like choking and dying, and it's like this car was it's like killing her. I love it,
dude. Okay, all right.
And then with the fat kid in the alley, when it's chasing him down, and then all of a sudden just like crushes him. I love that.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Why not? It's just a car.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is it to... At least at this point, you could actually have some continuity in the looks.
You're right.
know?
Would you rather see Christine sequels or fucking Children of the Corn sequels?
Oh,
right.
God.
Yeah, if you're willing to do that, why don't we see something sort of cool?
This was actually a prequel to Maximum Overdrive.
In a way.
This is like day 1 of Maximum Overdrive.
Explains it.
Yeah.
That explains it, man. That's why Denny didn't get out of the bulldozer, because he thought the bulldozer would have come to life and attacked him. Problem solved.
Yeah, let's do a Stephen King retrospective now.
Yeah,
Jump
we
right
can
into
do,
Maximum Overdrive.
I do want to do it, though. Damn it. I want to do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah.
Let's do it, Dave.
Oh, let's do it, motherfucker.
All 3 of us, let's do it.
Let's stop the show right now and do it.
Oh, you can't top Ryan Murphy, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, you guys meant the movie It. I'm sorry. I thought, Matt, you said you wanted the 3 of us to do it.
Oh, we can finally... Oh, okay.
No, I mean, all of us have, like, sex.
Mahoney's... Oh, okay, you did mean that. Well,
yeah.
Mahoney will take
Mahoney,
pictures.
get in on this.
No, I don't want him in on it.
Mahoney, get that shirt off. Oh, it's already
stop,
off. Never mind.
Mahoney baloney tits.
I've been digging Mahoney lately, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
totally
I'm okay with Mahoney.
Yeah, what did he say on Facebook the other day?
Bloody Valentine birthday.
Saved by the Bloody Bell or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Mahoney's he's hanging
Mahoney.
out.
Yeah.
I'm down with Mahoney. I'm down.
Yeah, Creepers
is
going to make a new song.
No, he's down with Mahoney instead of down with
Up with Mahoney.
Instead of saying down
up with Mahoney, up with Mahoney.
Right.
Or down with him, like, it could be the same song, but, yo, I'm down with Mahoney.
Yeah, but he didn't say I'm. He just said down with Mahoney, so we got to add a
yes. So now all he has to do is splice in the word I'm and not do any work. There you go. I'm down with Mahoney. Yeah, there you go.
I think Mahoney and Montgomery should run for the in the presidential race in 2016.
Yeah, fuck
Yes!
Montgomery, man.
What a
Montgomery's
ticket.
nothing.
He's nothing?
Nah, he ain't shit compared to Mahoney.
He's a vice president. Mahoney's the president, Montgomery's the vice. I could buy that.
Maybe the treasurer.
Right.
Okay. What is this? The fucking a high school fucking voting? I'm gonna be sergeant at arms.
Down with Mahoney, down with Mahoney. Down with Mahoney, down with Mahoney. Down with Mahoney, down with Mahoney. Down with Mahoney, down.
All right, so let's do something that we did the last show, and that's give out some awards.
Hottest chick, Christine or John Travolta's beard?
I'm going to go with, those are the options?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I got to go with Christine. It's at least a chick, right? I mean, sure, my dick might not go in there anywhere, but...
You can fuck that beard. You can't fuck... Well, I guess you could fuck Christine with a tailpipe. We talked earlier.
Yeah, or just, like, fold a cushion, or, like, in between the armrest and the cushion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you just wrap the seatbelt around your cock and just keep stroking.
Like some sandpaper. No, okay, so yeah, chick you'd like to bang. Most like to peel. You got Kelly Preston, the blonde, who's barely in this movie, but throwing herself on Dennis. And then you got the main chick, the brunette, Alexandra Paul, who went on to run slowly in Baywatch.
And you got the MILF.
Ooh.
She counts.
I think you're on your... Okay, I mean, sure. All right.
Well, she counts in the running. Well, do you guys think that she's unattractive?
Yes.
Do you?
I don't think she's ugly, but I don't think she's attractive.
She's just there.
Yeah. She's like a mom.
Right.
Yeah, to me she's cuter than
Before
a regular.
MILFs were invented.
Mm-hmm.
That came around about 97.
Got MILF. Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it a better competition. Got MILF.
I got to go with Kelly Preston. I mean, even though I'm not, too partial to blondes, but she's cuter than the main lead, I think. Dave goes with the mom.
No, I do not. Fuck,
Are you sure?
No, not at all. Lee is fucking hot. Oh my gosh. I'm all about her personality, everything about her. Her fucking eyes.
She's got the girl next door, kind of innocent.
Yeah, but the body of a slut.
And, yeah. Just grabbing on wangs. Yeah.
She's hot. I liked her in this movie. I think she's pretty hot.
It's funny. There's 2 shots in this movie where a dick gets grabbed. And...
What? 2?
One's one's in the fight. And then one whenever they're making out.
Oh, yeah, she does do a little. Yeah.
Honk, honk.
She does?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's going in her shirt.
Mm-hmm.
She's going for the crotch. And that's whenever she freaks out and leaves the car.
They're necking. Yeah.
Necking.
Necking. Yeah, what is this? Happy Days?
Yeah, well, that's the time, I'm going with the motif of the Christine. That's what she would say. No necking in my car.
What do you say, Alex? Or did you say it right?
The hottest chick? Preston.
Yes, definitely.
Wow, I'm the only one with fucking Lee.
I would bang Lee, and I see what you mean, but...
She's hot, dude.
Preston's super hot to me.
She's more... the other girl is more homely looking.
Yeah.
Homely?
Right. Yeah, I know what he means. Not homely, it's...
you mean homely?
Wholesome.
She's cute where Kelly Preston is hot.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't... Kelly Preston just is not attractive to me. I wish she was. She's not unattractive. I guess it's kind of like the thing with the MILF and you guys, but she's not unattractive to me, but she doesn't particularly do it for me in the movie. She's cute, but she's not in the league,
Is it because she fucked John Travolta?
I don't know.
You can find out what his dick smells like.
I think he would let you know what it tastes like, man.
What's her name? I like brunettes better anyway, usually. So there you have it.
Yeah. All right. Well, how about the banana split? The best kill. This is... I mean, I guess if Michael J. were here, he would say that Christine dying at the end, probably.
Right.
But, yeah, the kills, you can't necessarily say they're too unique. I don't know. It's tough.
You don't think they're unique? I think they're unique. I just think what other movie have you seen them? The one guy get crushed by the car in that one situation where it squeezes in. The other with a burning car running fucking somebody down.
Yeah,
Darnell.
that's just it. That's what I'm thinking of. A
They're
car
unique.
just running somebody down. That happens like 3 times.
Right.
I'm going to go with the old man, Darnell, getting crushed. Well, I mean, it's the most torturous type of kill. You know, it's slow. You could just see your death coming, you know, so, yeah.
I'm going to go with the black guy in the beginning that just goes in the car with the cigar and is found dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Because of his eyes when he falls out of the car? Good.
No, I'm 100% behind you on that, man. Darnell's kill was great. I like the whole way it's set up. And how you see the chair fucking sliding up those tracks on the bottom.
It's like a roller coaster going up the...
Yep,
Oh
and the
my
Boney. Yeah. And it's Boney Maroney being played and everything else. I like that. The guy's crushed to death.
And you're like, is this still going up? When the fuck is the drop? I hate roller coasters, man. I swear to God.
The ride up is the worst part. Once it gets going, it's fine.
It's like acid.
The ride up is the worst part?
Yeah, it's kind of bug out city, and then you get to
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Best kill. How did the straight John Travolta die? I forgot. Oh, wait, he ran him over, and he was like a puddle of...
Yeah, he looked like a flaming turd.
Yeah, he was a flaming turd. Yeah, right. That was actually not that good. Because you don't really see him get hit. And then he's just sort of on fire on the ground.
Rolling around on fire, yeah.
No, he wasn't even rolling around. He was just on fire. On the ground.
It was... Right.
He was instantly dead.
Right, and he could have just run off the road at any time, just ran in the field and been okay. He stayed on the road the whole time while the car's behind him.
Dumbass.
Right. Yeah, you could have run right, run left, but no, I'm going to try to outrun a fast flaming car. You know? But it was cool.
A flaming car tries to run over a flaming guy.
Fabulous!
All hands on deck. But I do respect that scene, the way the car... It's a great scene. When it's on fire and it's rolling up, it looks great. And if, Alex, you did make that pick, I wouldn't... You know, I'd say that's a good pick, just because of the whole...
I'm gonna, oh, no, you know what? The best kill's Arnie, because it was so funny when he went through the windshield.
You think it was funny?
He did die, right? Yeah. Dude, it wasn't a doubt in my mind to not laugh when he went through that windshield.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the whole thing... I think this movie is a tragedy, and I think that just exemplifies it at the end, especially in his dying moments, when he's sitting there and he still is only concerned about Christine. He holds out his hand just to caress her one more time. I don't know. It's pretty heavy to me. How about in the deleted scene, how we see him break down and cry? I don't know. It kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little.
Yeah, but you're talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about as soon as he went flying through the windshield, I laughed.
just seeing his body fly through there. Yeah.
You're trying to make me feel guilty about the emotional way.
No, I guess because I've seen the movie so many times that I know what's to come. I never even think about that as being enjoyable. I'm just like,
okay. I didn't know that.
I just had too much invested in the movie. I've seen this movie more than any other Carpenter, except of course for Halloween.
Wow.
So I've just seen it it's like a comfort movie for me. And it's something great about this movie. You can watch it anytime with anyone.
All right, well, let's get to the ratings and see if this is Carpenter or Crapender. Out of 5 stars, I'll go first.
Severed heads.
Yeah, not stars.
Let's make it official.
Severed heads. Wouldn't it be bananas?
Would it be like 5 flaming engines?
We're going to change it per movie.
We had all this time to fucking say bananas and we never did, so obviously we didn't like the idea. So I figured severed heads just kind of fits in. I don't know.
Severed heads.
5 lasers.
Just because you coined the phrase. 5 lasers. Yeah, but the fans are lasers now. The listeners, I should say. Bananas are bananas. And we got banana split and banana we like to peel. Everything can't be bananas, can it?
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. It can be and will be.
All right. Call it bananas if you want. I'm still saying severed heads. Just in tribute to you, Matt, because you coined that fucking phrase.
I'm going to say stars.
That's not doing his own coin thing.
That was all for nothing. Fucking 2 minutes of bullshit. We're back to stars. Let the lasers decide what we should call it. How's that?
Lasers. They're like, we don't want to be called lasers. That's stupid.
Well, then fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck those shitters.
Fuck him.
Tom Atkins? I say that this is definitely a Carpenter, not a Crapenter movie. I enjoyed it. I liked how it was more of a character piece instead of, there's no slashing in this movie. It's about a possessed car, and so it's just kind of a unique thing. But the way that they gave Christine personality through the radio and the effects with the car was all done extremely well. I will say that this, even though this movie is good to great even, it's definitely not Carpenter's best, but it's not his worst. This is, to me, kind of a middle to a high middle of the road for Carpenter. And I will give this movie 3 out of 5 severed heads, lasers, bananas, stars.
3 out of the same rating you gave The Fog. I'm surprised.
No, I gave that the 3.
That's what you said, 3. It's the 3 out of 5.
This is 3 out. I'm sorry. When I said 3 out of 5, I meant 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. And I will say 4 stars straight up. It's a great movie. I've watched it time and time again, and I don't know. I just like everything about it. I don't love everything about it. It's not the perfect movie, but you could put it in any time and watch it with anybody. Like I just said, it's a damn good movie. There's really, there's very little wrong with it. So yeah, it's 4 out of 5 severed heads.
I agree with Dave. There is nothing wrong with this movie. I know what Matt means. It's not like a stellar. In a way, it is. Like it's a great entry, but I mean, look. Let's face it. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying something out of line here, but Carpenter isn't really the greatest director. So to me, this is one of his best movies because he has like so many movies I don't like.
He's my third favorite. This movie is my third favorite of his.
Right, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think this is really good for Carpenter. But I see what Matt is saying. It seems small scale. But technically, I think it's a solid, really well-done movie. And I think it's performed really well by the leads. They all played it really good. So I give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's really good.
Yeah, see, and I agree with everything you said. Everything about it. It's just maybe the story itself didn't speak to me in a way that it speaks to you guys, so that I just didn't connect on that level. I was actually, this was the film out of all 3 of these movies that I wanted to see the most because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and I guess my memory of it was different than my viewing of it this time. So maybe that plays into it.
It's great though. I like the characters a lot, and I like the soundtrack. I like the way it looks. Everything else, I just yeah, that's cool, man. It's a classic. It's an American classic horror movie, in my opinion.
This is Mr. Skin from MrSkin.com with all the skinfo from the latest movies. Nude in theaters, Margot Robbie co-stars in the crime drama Focus. The Aussie babe made her nude debut by going full frontal as Leo DiCaprio's wife in 2013's The Wolf of Wall Street. This time she shows off her B cups while betting A-lister Will Smith. Where there's a Will, there's a babe.
This is the Mr. Skin Minute.
Nude on HBO, Amanda Peet returns to the skin game on Togetherness. At age 43, Amanda looks better than ever and proves it when she flashes her perky boobs for a lucky Peter Gallagher. Togetherness will leave your pants a mess. And finally, the winners for the 16th Annual Anatomy Awards are now live on MrSkin.com. The breast and brightest from 2014 finally get their chance to shine, and you can check them all out in one handy place. You'll want to thank the Academy and then spank your anatomy.
MrSkin.com. Fast forwarding to the good parts.
Thank you for listening to the Banana Laser Podcast. Please be sure to check out Horrorphilia.com for a full archive of all of our previous episodes, as well as other great podcasts, like The Skeleton Crew, My Bloody Podcast, and many more. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Banana Laser Show. Also, join our Facebook group page at facebook.com/groups/BananaLaser. That's where the real lasers come out. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube where we post trailers, movies, and more. Interact with us. Please send us a voicemail at 314-720-8842 or send us an email at bananalaser@gmail.com. You can also find us on iTunes and Stitcher. Again, thanks for listening, and keep on banana-inging. Something like that. Banana Laser wins every time.